channels. We will begin our news with the main titles. In Arta, the ceremony for the awarding of the patents to young entrepreneurs. On continental news, Joe Biden takes a hardlines on state that lift the mask requirement. Thank you for joining us. Now we will begin. We will go to the details of our news. The National Assembly held a meeting today of the Conference of the President to transmit the pending bills to the Standing Committee and decided on the day of the next public sessions and the modalities. The Conference of the President conducted in accordance with Article 12 and 21 of the Rule of Procedure by the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Mohammed Ali Hamad, was attended by the Prime Minister, Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the second Vice President, the President of the Parliamentary Groups, and the Committee. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, and the Ambassador of Djibouti to the Republic of the Friends, Mr. Arnaud Gilwa, signed an agreement between the Minister of Education and the Ambassador of the Friends to enable the continuation of activity already underway, such as improving the governance on the DTC because they are equipped with the management and animation manual. The signing ceremony was held at the Ministry of Education, and many personality and responsible of the ministry participated, such as the Secretary General of the Ministry, Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mahyoub, the Director of the French Institute of Djibouti, Mr. Stéphane Galli, representative of the French Institute of Djibouti, and senior official of the minister. Recall that the objective of this first convention of the continuations by the project is to contribute to the training of distant education and is part of a border project of teacher training. It pursues the synergy between the ministry, the French embassy in Djibouti, and the French Development Agency in support of the Education Action Plan. The Secretary General of the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mrs. Farah Ali Ahmed, closed the various station intervention by stating many other events. About the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, accompanied by the Technical Advisor for Youth and the Presidency, Mr. Ali Mohammed Dato, and Mustafa Idris Noor, visited Mount Arre at the invitation of the youth of Ali Sabih. Upon his arrival, the Secretary of State for Youth and Sport was welcomed by the President of the Regional Council, Mr. Omar Ahmed Wa'ais, the President of the Youth of Ali Sabih, Mr. Mustafa Dahir Idris, as well as the several young people from the neighborhood of the city of Asajok. The President of the Regional Council and the President of the Youth of Ali Sabih, their turn, stressed the need for awareness to participate the election to be effectively and active during the candidates of the presidential election for the 9th of April. So the Center of Leadership and Entrepreneurship organized at the Hotel School of Arta a ceremony of official presentation of the patents for the year 2021 and the support fund COVID-19 in favor of the IGA and Probeja of the region of Arta. Among the officials represent the President of the Regional Council, Mr. Almi Bouh, the Ambassador of Japan to Djibouti, as well as the UNDP resident representative in Djibouti, Mrs. Fatima Al-Sheikh, and the Secretary General of the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mrs. Ifrah, the Director General of the CLE, Mrs. Ubah Ahmed, and the Director of Multilateral Relations at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Gile Idris Omar. Thanks to the leadership of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Gile, the government of Djibouti has taken the right measures to face the danger of the COVID-19. The CLA decided to participate at its own level in this wave of solidarity and to committee part of the funds of the support project for women and youth entrepreneurship to finance the support program against COVID-19 in favor of the 248 of the project made by many entrepreneurs still in activity at the national level. In collaboration with the Adidas, the program consists the assumptions of the patents fee, the provision of support fund of every project. The ceremony continued with the testimonies of beneficiaries of the Probeja and ended with the official representations of patent for the 2021 and the support funds that will be transferred via the CPEC of Djibouti, represented by its administrator, Mr. Omar Ibrahim Omar. The total amount is 27,000 of dollars, is about 10 million francs in favor of 57 entrepreneurs in the Arta region. After the ceremony of the visit of the CPEC antenna within the regional council of Arta took place, the purpose of the visit was to get acquainted with the services offered by with the institution, especially the microfinance product available for the entrepreneurs. In Tajura, voters are beginning to collect their voters cards in order to participate in the presidential elections scheduled for April 9th. According to the prefect of the region, the distribution of the voter cards is proceeding smoothly and peaceful throughout the region of Tajura. Informed that the prefecture of city of Tajura and 4 of sub-prefecture as well as Mabla agents are at work facilitating the guarantee of the voters' card. The first editions of the International Half Marathon of Djibouti will be held tomorrow, organized jointly by the Djibouti Port and Free Zone Authority in partnership with the Djibouti Athletics Federation. This sporting event will be a must-attend event for international athletes. Entitled Gateway to Africa, this international race will bring together, according to the committee in charge of organizing this sporting event, international athletes, including the British athletes of Somali origin, a record man of 5,000, 10,000 meters and half marathon, Mr. Mohammed Farah, namely Mo Farah, and several athletes who have qualified for the next Olympic game in Tokyo. The president of the Djiboutian Athletes Federation, Mr. Saeed, and the president in charge of the organization say they were ready to begin the half marathon tomorrow, Friday. On continental news, the United States, the vaccination campaign is in full swing. 78 million doses were administrations to 50% of the population. Some people, therefore, already want to implement a lifting of restriction. Texas announced on Tuesday that they end the mandatory wearing of masks and the reopening of all shops next week. Joe Biden's responses were no longer incoming. It's a big mistake, Judge dismayed the American president following the step of the principal federal health official. Here we arrive at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Have a great evening. Goodbye.